Now you all know that I love my shoot 'em ups. The action, the graphics, the general playability. Oh.
But I fucking hate Parodius.
So this is the second in my trilogy of video game reviews for the Sega Saturn Parodius series. This one is Jukyu Osiaberi Parodius, Forever With Me, otherwise known as Chatting Parodius. So it's in Japanese, unfortunately, but there are your options, and here's your selections. I do strongly recommend, if you do buy this game, that you turn Revive to on, as this game features heinous difficulty and unbearably tight checkpoints. Here are your characters. Plenty of familiar sights there from Konami games. You've got Twinbee, Vic Viper, and a whole load of others. Just briefly, the game's called Chatting Parodius because it features a host that yabbers away in Japanese at you the entire time. Obviously, you can't understand a damn word. So, along with a couple of flaws, which I will talk about later, the fact that you can't turn this host voice off can be irritating. Occasionally he speaks pidgin English, which is funny. Not that often though. So what's to say about this game then? It's a sequel to Parodius Dar. It contains some very formulaic Parodius series elements, like the weapons, level design, bosses and general parody theme, i.e. characters that are a parody of something else.
Wait a minute, is that a pencil or a tampon?
I do not know what the appeal of these wraparound levels is. I cannot stand them. You get stuck behind some kind of bench and end up dying.
It lasts some flange. Hey, it was a joke.
Right, let's get down to a bit of gameplay talk then. The game follows very, very similar dynamics to all the other Parodius games, in that you have a multitude of levels, same sort of aliens, end-of-level bosses, etc., even down to the weapons. You've got your standard weapons on your bar at the bottom. You can choose automatic or manual selection of power-ups. Very irritating feature is that inevitably you end up speeding up a lot more than you want to, which leaves you extremely immune to being shot down. The other thing is you get these wraparound bits for Freak Machine style selections, Lucky Dip, and by hitting those coins, and inevitably you end up hitting speed up more times than you want to there as well.
Now hang on, why has this robot got its baps out? Is that supposed to be launcher, just because it's got high heels?
Now whilst these beginning of stage sections are very, very welcome in that you get to power up your ship, there are rather too many of these bells in the game for my liking. They don't really offer a lot because they don't power you up very much, and you spend all your time chasing them, shooting them,
and inevitably dying from them.
Right, the last thing I'd like to get off my chest is the scenery. Not only do they throw bits and pieces in your way, trying to knock you off your course all the time, but it is not clear what bits of scenery are lethal and which bits of scenery are merely background. Therefore, the entire gameplay experience is marred by your inability to move freely about the screen. If any of you out there do know what this guy is saying, please let me know. Okay, we're going to try Omaki Mode 2 now, which is a Grand Prix level. Omaki Mode 1 is a scrolling level which I don't like, so I'm not going to show you it. You have to press fire to start racing, which catches me out every time. And it's very much like Kingdom Grand Prix or Game Paradise. It's a full scrolling Grand Prix lap, complete with various hazards and bosses like this one. Don't particularly like it, because I don't particularly like the game, but it's a bit of variation, I guess. Okay, we're going to wrap up now with some scores.
Is that it? Is that the end of the gameplay?
It absolutely is, because I've decided that I can't bear playing this game anymore and I have to rate it. Okay, it's not the worst game ever written by a long shot, and I know lots of you will probably like the Parodius series. Hey, I'm just a miserable bastard, but it's one of those games which has got all of the things that I don't like in a shooter. It's got checkpoints, it's got annoying fiddly little aliens, too many bullets coming from everywhere, not very good graphics, bits of scenery that move around and try and kill you, very bad powering up system, uninspiring levels, you name it. So, the game scores are going to be rather low. Now, I don't for 1 minute pretend that these are objective scores. These are my scores. I can't stand the game. They're pretty low. Deal with it.
So I guess we won't be playing that much more then.
Overall, 3.